If you're mid-career and recently laid off, or watching people with great titles still get ghosted, this video is for you. When I got laid off, I quickly realized that my job title didn't protect me. My skills did. Today, I'm breaking down why job titles are losing their power and exactly how skills are taking over in hiring. And once you see this shift, baby, you'll never position yourself the same way again, okay? For the longest time, we were taught, get a degree, get the job title, climb the ladder, and if you did all of that, you'll be safe, right? Especially since this is how we've seen our parents, grandparents go about their careers. And this is how they were ultimately getting to retirement. That generation found safety nets in getting one job. And after getting that job, they'd stay there for 30 to 40 years and then retire from that job. Then fast forward to modern day jobs and layoffs started happening all the time. People with senior in their title or lead or manager were getting let go overnight, left and right, okay? Then that's when it clicked for me, right? Like titles stop meaning what we think they used to mean. Not because people suddenly got worse at their jobs, but because work changed faster than our titles ever could. So here's an uncomfortable truth for you, okay? Job titles are wildly inconsistent. For example, take my role, for example. I'm a product marketer, so a product marketing manager could own launches and strategy or driving revenue at one company, right? And at another company, all they're doing is writing copy and scheduling emails. Same title, but it's a completely different skill set. And hiring teams have gotten hip to this now. They've been burned by impressive titles, these huge brand name companies, and perfect resumes that didn't necessarily translate into performance. And I have unfortunately seen this firsthand. Recently met someone that claimed to have 5 years of experience in their field, but unfortunately they didn't have the skill set that aligned with the experience that was required for the job, so they got let go. So at the end of the day, right, these hiring managers and hiring teams stopped trusting job titles pretty much altogether. Drop a comment below if you know somebody that kind of like finessed their resume and couldn't live up to it, okay? So there are two things that forced this particular change. First of all, work evolves extremely fast. AI, automation, new tools, right? These things reshape roles every single year. Second thing is that reskilling is becoming survival. These companies out here need people that can learn quickly, adapt, and then execute those things. Not just these people with, legacy labels or whatever. And this is why hiring is moving toward these particular things. Concrete skills, proof of work, real outcomes, right? Not just job titles that are frozen in some weird period of time. And this isn't a theory. It's not me being a conspiracy theorist whatsoever. Like, this is actually happening in real time. And you can see this happening when job postings drop degree requirements, when portfolios matter more than your resume, when interviews start focusing primarily on outcomes. Recruiters start asking questions like, show me or tell me about a time when, instead of where were you at like whatever previous company. And I would be remiss if I didn't say this, but AI has made this easier too. Hiring tools can now figure out if you have the skills for a job from projects that you've done, metrics that you're showing in your bullet points, tools that you've used, patterns of work, right? Like, your titles don't tell the story about your career, but your skills do. When I was interviewing for the job that I have right now, like, my current boss did not care about my job title, really. She was like, okay, can you do the job that I need you to do? Like, do you have the skill set required to do the job? And that was it. So if you made it this far into the video, congrats. Thank you for sticking around, because I want to talk about what this means for you. And this is the part that most people miss, okay? If you rely on your job title to tell the value of what you can bring to the table, you're unfortunately invisible in this job market. You need to lead with what you can do, what you've delivered in the past, how you actually solve problems. And what that ultimately means is rewriting your bullet points to incorporate your quantitative impact, translating your work across multiple industries, showing proof wherever possible in your resume, on your LinkedIn, wherever. Especially do this if your company had like weird job titles, right? Or if you're pivoting into a new career, or if you're coming from a non-traditional path, like from a teacher to a project manager. The key takeaway here is that this shift isn't bad news, right? Like it's kind of freeing you in a way. Your last job title does not define who you are, because your skill set could be varied and completely different from the job title that you had. It also means that your past work still matters, and your ability to adapt means far more than your pedigree. The people who win now don't cling to a job title, right? They package their skills, they show receipts of the things that they've done, and they stay employable, even when companies out here don't stay loyal. And they won't. In a previous video, and I'll link it here, I talk about how you don't have to start over to land the career that you want, to write the story that you want to write, you know? And as always, if you like this content, don't forget or feel afraid to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm here every week. And as always, thank you for being here. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Yeah. Okay.